Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise, bypass the information overload, and really zero in on what matters. And today we're embarking on a pretty fascinating deep dive. We're looking into a powerful force for good, Lions District 105A. Our mission to truly understand the heart, the mechanics of this organization. We're drawing our insights directly from their welcome information. We'll be calling that Lions 105A throughout our chat today. It's just a great example of how a big service group can keep a really strong local footprint.
Indeed. And what's really insightful about looking at Lions 105A is um, it lets us peel back the layers. We get to understand not just what they do, as a major service organization, but the fundamental why and the practical how. We'll look into their global structure, the real passion driving the members, and the specific ways they make an impact, both internationally and right there, locally.
Okay, let's unpack that incredible scale then. Our dive into Lions 105A, it immediately shows this district is part of something, well, huge. So how large are we talking when we mention Lions International?
Oh, it's genuinely a global phenomenon.
Right.
Lions 105A describes Lions International as the world's largest service organization. And the reach is, well, it's astounding. We're talking over 46,000 clubs. That's 1.3 million members. Think about that.
Wow.
And these members, they're spread across more than 200 countries and geographic areas.
Yeah.
What's really striking, and Lions 105A makes this very clear, is their policy. No political or religious affiliations. Strictly nonpartisan.
Right.
It's not about ideology at all. It's purely about humanitarian service, helping vulnerable people, driven by basic human needs.
That global presence is staggering. But for us, focusing on District 105A itself,
Yeah.
this is where that big vision becomes real local action, isn't it? What does Lions 105A tell us about their specific area, their history right here in the UK?
Yeah, District 105A definitely has a significant established footprint. Lions 105A maps out its geographic spread. It covers a really vital corridor of the UK. We're talking London, specifically north of the Thames, and then extending right across Bedfordshire, Buckinghamshire, Hertfordshire, and Oxfordshire.
Okay, quite a patch.
Exactly. And within that area, their welcome info highlights a strong local presence. Over 1,200 members actively involved in 66 different clubs. And this isn't new either. Lions 105A proudly notes they've been serving these communities, contributing to the wider effort since 1965.
65. Wow.
Yeah, that's nearly 6 decades of consistent, dedicated service. Pretty impressive.
It really is such a long history, such a broad reach. It must demand a strong motivation underneath it all. Lions 105A points to a common passion driving these volunteers. What is that core driver and how does it actually, show up day to day?
Well, their motto, "We serve," sums it up perfectly, really. Lions 105A describes the members as friends and family who share a common passion, a passion to make a real difference in people's lives.
Yeah.
And it's not just a slogan, it seems deeply ingrained. And this passion is backed by a financial model that's, well, frankly, incredibly compelling. Lions 105A states it directly. Every penny we raise goes to the cause.
Every penny. That's huge.
It is. It's a powerful commitment, and it says so much about the trust they've built, both within the membership and with the public. Nowadays, donors are really looking closely at how funds are used. So that level of transparency, it's crucial for keeping that trust and volunteer commitment going for decades. It lets them maximize the direct impact, less overhead. That's a big differentiator for any service group.
That transparency, that dedication, it really sets a fantastic foundation. Okay, so moving from the why to the what. What do they actually do? Lions 105A outlines 5 core global causes where Lions International aims to make a big positive impact. Let's dig into those specific pillars.
Absolutely. This is where the global vision really comes alive through local action. Lions 105A gives us clear details on each of these 5 key areas. First up is hunger, addressing a fundamental human need, right?
Basic stuff.
Lions volunteers actively collect surplus food from supermarkets, bakeries, local markets maybe at the end of the day, and then they directly supply it to food banks, to vulnerable individuals. They also help provide meals to schools, making sure kids get nutritious food, and they assist the homeless. Just imagine the impact, stopping good food going to waste while feeding people who need it.
Very direct action. Okay, what's next?
Second is childhood cancer. This is obviously a deeply impactful area. Lions focus intensely on supporting children who are battling cancer and their families too during incredibly tough times. One example mentioned in Lions 105A, which is particularly moving, is providing Lions Den facilities and hospitals.
Lions dens.
Yeah, where maybe no existing family accommodation exists. These are safe, comforting spaces for families to stay close to their kids. offering that crucial emotional support, a bit of normalcy during long hospital stays. It's a small thing, maybe, but profoundly significant for families under huge stress.
That sounds incredibly valuable. Okay, third pillar.
Third, the environment. They show a real commitment to caring for the planet. Lots of different environmental programs. Lions 105A specifically highlights their initiative Recycling Unwanted Spectacles, which is quite innovative.
Spectacles. How does that work?
Well, it stops them going to landfill, obviously. But often these recycled glasses provide sight-saving lenses to people in developing countries.
Ah, okay. Double benefit.
Exactly. Beyond that, they organize local tree planting, help with reforestation and green spaces. They do community litter picks, all aimed, as Lions 105A puts it, towards ensuring healthy and sustainable local communities for everyone.
Makes sense. Environmental health is community health. What's number 4?
Fourth is diabetes. They recognize how widespread this condition is, so they promote well-being through awareness campaigns, prevention strategies, mitigation efforts. Lions 105A notes they often set up information stands at local events, fairs, things like that, bringing vital health info, maybe even screening opportunities right into the community.
Proactive health work, then.
Yes, helping people understand risks and manage their health better.
And the 5th one?
And finally, vision. This has been a huge priority for Lions for, well, almost a century now.
100 years. Wow.
Pretty much. Lions 105A emphasizes their continuous work improving eye health and care, noting they assist hundreds of millions of visually impaired people every year. That long-standing commitment to this specific area, it really underscores a deep historical dedication. They understand its impact on quality of life globally.
Those 5 core causes really show the breadth of their targeted impact, don't they? And Lions 105A also mentions some broader areas of service beyond those 5 main ones. It talks about supporting youth, recognizing young people 11 to 18 years old, providing disaster relief when crises hit, and general humanitarian efforts, too. It really paints a full picture, comprehensive community, and global support.
Absolutely it does. And that breadth naturally brings up the question, how do all these different initiatives, the core causes and the broader efforts, actually get led and put into action on the ground, within a specific district like 105A? It raises that important point about volunteer leadership.
Right. And Lions 105A introduces us to the current leadership. Lion Kadambari Shah, she's the district governor for 2024-25. That title, district governor, it signals a really key role in the organization. It's clear these are volunteer-led groups driven by passionate people taking on big responsibilities. So what specific initiatives is Lion Kadambari Shah championing, according to Lions 105A?
And Lions 105A gives us a very clear example of a high-impact initiative tied right to her leadership. Lion Kadambari Shah's chosen charity for her year is brain tumor research, or BTR.
BTR.
And this choice fits perfectly with the Lions' global cause of childhood cancer, so it makes strategic sense. Lions 105A gives some crucial details about BTR, highlighting its unique position. It's the only national charity in the UK focused on finding a cure for all types of brain tumors.
All types. That's important.
Very important, especially when you hear the statistic that brain tumors affect 1 in 3 people in some way. It's a huge health challenge. BTR is based in Milton Keynes, and it funds research centers right across the UK, working with top scientists. Plus, Lions 105A points out that BTR is a partner charity for the wider Lions Multiple District 105. That shows a deep, coordinated commitment between the district and a national charity.
Yeah, that partnership must amplify the impact for both.
Definitely. It lets Lions District 105A channel their collective energy, their funds, into a really focused, research-driven fight against a devastating disease.
So if this deep dive has sparked your curiosity, and maybe you're listening and thinking about Lions District 105A, what does Lions 105A tell us about how people can actually connect with this impressive organization? How can someone, take that next step?
Well, Lions 105A makes it pretty straightforward for anyone looking to engage or just learn more. You can easily visit their dedicated events page on Facebook, see what's happening locally, fundraising events, activities coming up nearby.
Okay, standard social media route.
Yeah. And for broader info, their main website, lions105a.uk, that's the central hub, everything from their history to current projects. And if you want ongoing updates, deeper insights, you can subscribe to their POL Lions monthly newsletter.
POL Lions newsletter. Got it.
And what's really encouraging, I think, is that Lions 105A explicitly says feedback is welcome. That shows a clear openness, doesn't it? Engaging with the public, wanting to continuously improve their outreach and impact, it feels like a truly community-focused approach.
Definitely. So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, our listener? Our deep dive into Lions 105A has really opened our eyes to the incredible scope, the careful detail, and the real impact of an organization like this. It's not just about some broad, feel good mission statement, is it? It's about deeply practical, targeted efforts. Things that benefit communities near and far, from global health down to local litter picking.
Exactly. And if we connect that to the bigger picture, it highlights a really powerful model, how a unified global vision shared across literally millions of people can translate effectively into tangible local humanitarian services. It's proof, really, of how collective action, fueled by that shared passion and those transparent financial models we talked about, genuinely lives up to their motto, we serve. It's a network of ordinary people doing, well, pretty extraordinary things together.
So, for you, our listener, here's a final thought to maybe chew on. How often do we really stop and consider the immense but often quiet power of volunteer networks, like the one we've just explored through Lions 105A? These are organizations consistently, reliably making a difference in vital areas like health, hunger, the environment, not just somewhere else, but right in our own communities, day in, day out. What might actually be possible if we all dedicated, maybe not every penny, but even just a fraction of our time or effort to a cause we truly believe in? Something to mull over until our next deep dive.